It's your boy YoungMully, man. Now check this shit out, man. Yesterday we saw Juventus lose to FC Porto in the last 16 of the Champions League. And to be fair with y'all, they've been average the whole season. They didn't play great yesterday. They were really slow in the midfield. They didn't create a lot of chances. In the end, when Aaron Ramsey came into the game, they were a little bit better. But other than that, it was a really bad game from Juventus. Now, you see, the thing is now, I don't understand why big teams such as Juve take big risk on hiring inexperienced managers. Because when we look at the history, we clearly see that excellent players doesn't equate excellent managers. And this is not a direct criticism to Pirlo because it's still early in his tenure and he can still come good. But it doesn't make sense why such a big team like Juventus would take such a risk. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look in the summer, like when Maurizio Sarri was sacked, the reason was because he did really bad in the Champions League. If I remember correctly, like Juventus lost to Lyon in the last 16 last season, and that didn't sit well enough with the board. The reason actually Ronaldo came to Juventus was to win the Champions League. And if you remember in March 2019, Ronaldo said, I quote, this was why Juventus brought me here, to help me do things that they never done before. And this is the mentality you need to win the Champions League. But since then, since Ronaldo came to Juventus, he's the only player that he has scored in the knockout phase of the Champions League, except yesterday when Chiesa scored for the first time in 2 years. And that's not good enough for a team like Juventus. And to make things worse, actually, in the summer they hired Andrea Pirlo, a great player and a brilliant player, one of my favorite players actually, but at the same time, a man that has never been a coach before. Actually, in the summer he was hired as a under-23 manager. Before he managed a single game, he was promoted to a first-team manager. Now, when we look this throughout history, we've seen time and time again that this almost never works. For example, like Gary Neville, he's a legend of Manchester United, one of the best right backs the Premier League has seen. And once he quit playing, he became the manager. He was a pundit for a short time, and he became the manager of Valencia. He almost relegated these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And to continue, even Alan Shearer, Premier League all-time top scorer. When he retired, Newcastle hired him to be their manager, and they were facing relegation. And this motherfucker won one game in 24 games. You know what I'm saying? He relegated them, actually, and he got sacked. After that, there's even another example of Tony Adams, an Arsenal legend. He went to Granada. Bruh, that shit was fucked up. He got sacked on the spot. And then we can even see Diego Maradona, probably one of the best footballers the world has ever seen. He was in charge of Argentina team in 2010, the World Cup. And we all know what happened to that story. Argentina got ripped by Germany in the quarterfinals, 4-0. And we can even continue. There's Thierry Henry. Recently, he got sacked from Monaco. A really good player as well. And the list continues, man. There's Roberto Di Matteo in Chelsea. Like, the list is really long, y'all. And this shows us, like, good players doesn't necessarily mean they will be good managers as well. Like, everybody will refer to probably maybe Pep Guardiola and Zinedine Zidane as the really good players and successful managers. But sometimes we do forget, like, those are the exceptions to the rule and not the rule. You know what I'm saying? And when we look at Pep Guardiola, he was actually lucky. And lucky in the sense, like, he had once in a lifetime generational talent in Messi. He had Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets. He had some really exceptional talents in the squad when he was coming up as a manager. And when we look at the Zidane case as well, he didn't buy a single player. You know what I'm saying? 3 years consecutively when he won the Champions League and the La Liga, like, he didn't buy a single player. That was a Carlo Ancelotti team. So, like, when these big teams hire up, like, ex-players who haven't actually earned the job, they're actually hiring the players based on reputation as a player. I don't think that's a wise move, you know what I'm saying? I feel it's a risky move. Like we've seen, it could work out, like, sometimes in the Zidane case, in the Pep case, but it's not a waterproof plan. Now, I'm not saying it's Pirlo's fault he got hired. And don't get me wrong, he can still come good, but the way things are going, it's not looking promising, man. Like, Sarri achieved the bare minimum last year when he won the Serie A, but Juve this season already 8 points behind Inter Milan with a game in hand, and they're already trailing AC Milan and Roma. And the sad part is they're wasting Ronaldo years, who surely must have thought he was coming into a team ready to challenge the best teams in Europe. Pirlo and Ronaldo are going outside, man, this season. And what y'all think, man? Was hiring Pirlo a brave decision or an unnecessary risk? Especially considering a manager like Mauricio Pochettino was available in the summer. Let me know in the comment box, y'all. It's your boy YoungMully. It's lit.